Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Engage Culture podcast. I'm so excited that we are here today for another installment. Today, I really just want to focus on one particular story, which has inspired me to just share this incredible idea and this incredible concept pertaining to gifts that dominate, gifted people that dominate a specific world or a specific place of function where they find themselves in. Last week, Sunday, was the Super Bowl between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I watched it. The game started off at 1:30 a.m. I watched it in bed with my wife next to me and disturbed her all night. So, but it was just an amazing competition and amazing. So much I learned and so much has inspired this particular teaching that I want to give you tonight on Engaging Culture podcast, because the champion of the day was Tom Brady, who is a 43-year-old quarterback. He moved from one team and the New England Patriots, and he moved to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a new team, new system at such an advanced age, and still won. So I want to just talk about gifts that dominate. Turn with me to Proverbs 17 verse 8. It says, a gift, and this is very important, a gift is a precious stone in the eyes of the possessor. A gift is a precious stone in the eye of the possessor. Whithersoever it turns, it prospers. In other words, wherever it goes, it prospers. In the world of sport, over the past 2 decades, we have seen the emergence of extremely dominant gifts who dominate the world that their gift functions in. In the world of NFL, we've got Tom Brady, who for the past 2 decades has won seven Super Bowls, which is absolutely bananas. It's very difficult to win one Super Bowl, but he has won 7. In the world of basketball, NBA, we've got LeBron James. He has won 4 championships on 3 different teams. You know, one of the amazing things with Michael Jordan won 6 championships, but he won them all on the same team with the same coach, same culture, same system. But one of the things which makes LeBron great in his own way, I'm not going to say greater than Michael Jordan, I'll just say he's got his own level of greatness, is the fact that he has won with multiple teams. He has won with 3 teams. Jordan went to the Wizards after he retired from the Bulls. They didn't even make the playoffs. It's so difficult to win on multiple teams. It's very difficult. And LeBron has done it with 3 teams. It's crazy. And also he has won this particular one in the advanced age of his career. And then in soccer, I had to be very objective because personally I'm a Lionel Messi fan. I'm a huge Lionel Messi fan. Even on FIFA, I only use Barcelona. I love Lionel Messi. But right now I have to give it to Cristiano Ronaldo because he has done what Messi has not done. He has won on multiple teams. He has won on with Manchester United. He has won with Real Madrid, and now he's winning with Juventus. And not only that, he has also got international honors. And that's the biggest, and that's the one edge which Ronaldo will always have over Messi. Until Messi can win big, win international honors, it's going to be very difficult for him in the Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi debate. So as a huge Messi fan, I have to take my hat off to Cristiano Ronaldo, because he has won on multiple teams and he has also won internationally, which is very difficult. So I hope one day that Messi wins something for Argentina. In the world of tennis, of course, we cannot ignore the dominance of Serena Williams, an incredible gift who's done phenomenal things in the world of tennis. She's won 23 Grand Slams and she's pursuing that record. The Australian Open has begun this week, so we're rooting for her. My wife is a huge Serena fan. I'm not really a tennis person, but I usually try and watch the finals of the majors, and I always usually just watch Serena. So she has really dominated in her category. And in the men's category, it's very interesting that you've got Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic, and all three are dominant gifts. And I think that's the most exciting thing with the world of tennis, that three of the greatest of all time existed in the same period, played against each other, and battled and won on and off. If it was just two of them existing in the same time, they would have won way more championships. Or if it was just one of them existing in that time, they would have won everything. But it's just an amazing dynamic in the world of tennis that you got three dominant gifts that are dominating that world. Then, of course, in Formula One, we've got Lewis Hamilton. We've got a huge fan. We've got two huge fans in our church in terms of Formula One. We've got Simo and Karabo. There was a Sunday where she had to leave church early. I thought there was an emergency. I thought she left the iron on or the pot on, but it was a Formula One race, and she drove faster than Lewis Hamilton to get back home to watch that race. And it was the race where he won his 7th championship. Ridiculous. That's domination. That's what domination looks like. 7 championships that he has won. And then, of course, in golf, we definitely have to mention Tiger Woods. Over this past 2 decades, he very definitely dominated, and he won his Masters after a major comeback recently. Now, when it comes to gifts, there's different levels of gifts. And one of the gifts I want to talk about today are what are known as once-in-a-lifetime gifts. There's some gifted people who are once-in-a-lifetime gift. They come in, and what you're seeing in terms of their gifting, you're never going to see again. Nobody is going to function on their level. No one's going to do it the way they did. One of the examples is Michael Jackson. He was a once-in-a-lifetime gift. When he came into the music industry, the things he did, we're not going to see that again. If you saw him live, if you saw a live Michael Jackson concert, you're so blessed, because that's something we're not going to experience again. A lot of people will come very close, but there's nothing like it. I remember those Michael Jackson concerts. It was like a spiritual revival. You'd have people, men and women, fainting when he just walks on stage and begins to dance. People will be fainting. There'll be police. It was pandemonium. It was crazy. All around the world, people in Europe, people in Asia, people in Africa, wherever he'd go, he was a once-in-a-lifetime gift. And of course, in basketball, this is Michael Jordan. He's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of gift. What he did, what he has done, we're not going to see it again. If you think about it, that he has retired. He's not playing basketball, but his shoe is the highest selling shoe till today. Those are once-in-a-lifetime gifts. Once-in-a-lifetime gifts. Now, for a gift to dominate in its world, there are 4 components that are involved. There is the gift. You've got to have the gift itself. You've got to have a special gift that God gives you. And then secondly, there is a process of perfecting that gift. Every gift has a process of perfection. There are certain things that you have to do to become great within your gift, to be great in your gift. For some people, it's waking up every day, going to the gym. Like for athletes, it's working out. It's doing things which other athletes cannot do. Every gift has a process for its greatness. And in order to be great in that gift, you have to submit, commit, and be disciplined to the process of what makes you great in that gift. If you are gifted but ignore the process of your gift, you're not going to be as great as you should be, or as great as long as you should be. Because it is possible for a gifted person to experience some success in their gift, but instead of that success lasting 20 years, 30 years, that success can last 2 years or 5 years, because they ignored the process, the things which make them great within their gift. They didn't do them, they were not committed to them, and because of that, their gift had a very short period of dominance. And then every gift has an assignment. Every gift is an assignment. And assignment rests on 3 legs. There is a mission, which is a why. There's a why for every gift, a mission. You got to find out what is the why of this gift. And then there are a people. Who is this gift for? There are people who that gift is assigned to. And then there is a place, there is a where. You have to find where is this gift meant to be placed, because gifts are place sensitive, because sometimes the same person in a different environment can get more results from their gift. And it's very important that you're sensitive to the placement of your gift. And then finally, there's the results. Every gift produces results. There are results which come with being gifted: championships, endorsements, money. There's various things which come when you manage your gift correctly. There are certain results which are going to come in the end. One of the things the Lord showed me is that every gift has a day. There is a day of a gift, a day of a gift, a period of time where a gift has to function. Gifts are birthed at midnight, in a midnight season, in the dark. So when God gives somebody, when God gives us gifts, we're given in the dark, in places people least expect, in places people are not able to. When God gifts people, many times He gives people in dark environments where people look and say, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? When you look at LeBron James, he comes from Akron. He comes from Akron, a very poor community in Ohio. And nothing good has come out of Akron apart from LeBron James. And then when you look at Serena Williams, she comes from Compton to Wimbledon. She was born in the dark. I think one of the most amazing things with Serena Williams you have to respect is that she's not supposed to be there. This is tennis. This is a sport which is not associated with black people. And people from Compton, the hood in LA, from Compton to Wimbledon, it doesn't happen. It doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. But that gift was born at midnight in a very difficult place. Lionel Messi as well was born in extreme poverty in Argentina. And his gift, his environment didn't limit his gift. His environment didn't stop him from manifesting the giftedness that was on his life. So many times great gifts are born in great adversity, and there's power with overcoming that adversity. There's power with coming out of that adversity. But after midnight, there is a morning season and a season of emergence where the gift comes out of the dark and people begin to notice and say, wow, there's something special there. There's something on this person. And many times in the obscure years, in the dark seasons, in the night seasons, in the midnight seasons of a gift, people can't recognize that you're gifted. But it's in those places where you have to stay true to the process of the gift and believe that there's a morning season, there's an emergence season, there's a place where I'm going to break out of the dark season and I'm going to come into the morning season. And the morning season is where a gift begins to experience success. This is where, for example, a musician's their first album, that's where they experience their first album success, where that album goes platinum, where that album, for example, we'll look at Master KG. He is in a mourning season where he was in the dark, an obscure artist, an obscure DJ in South Africa, and then the Jerusalem song just broke the midnight season and brought him into the light and brought him into so much exposure and so much success. And the morning season is a very interesting season in a gift. It's a place where people begin to recognize how gifted you are. People begin to give you more and more opportunities. People begin to open doors for you and things begin to work out. But from morning comes midday, and midday is the most powerful place every gift gets to. It's the place where the gift peaks. It's the highest point of a gift. It's the highest point. This is where, for example, a musician sells their most albums. This is the point in an actor's career where they get their biggest deals. In the world of an athlete, this is the season of their career, where they're winning their most championships, scoring their most points. Their health is at its best, the peak years, the midday season. And the midday season is a very interesting season because it's not a long season. The peak of a gift, for some gifts it can be a year. For some gifts it can be 2 years. It can be 3 years. The peak years of a gift are not long, but they're the most fruitful, the most productive. The gift makes its most money, has its most impact, and has its most success at midday. And then after midday comes sunset. Every gift is going to experience a sunset season where the gift is coming from a peak moment and now it's beginning to exit and other gifts are beginning to rise up. And the sunset years of a gift are very difficult because you now have to let go. And like Saul, when Saul was in his sunset period, he didn't want to let go. And he began to attack David, who was approaching his mourning season. And you have to make sure that when you're entering your sunset season, you're able to redefine your life after your peak. What am I going to be when this is over? What am I going to be? For example, people like Ronaldo, when soccer is over, what am I going to do? Tom Brady, when the NFL is over, what am I going to do? LeBron James, when the NBA and I can't play anymore, what am I going to do? People like Serena, I look at Venus Williams, Serena's sister. Tennis is done for her, and she has reinvented herself in the world of fashion. There's a life after. We have to plan for life after grade, life after our peak years, because every gift has a day. It's got its midnight, its morning, its midday, and its sunset, where it has to retire and has to exit. And different gifts, different days of a gift are long. Like the career of a soccer player is not so long. The career of an NBA player, NFL player, looking at 7 to 10 years. That's the only time you can be in the NFL. And your peak years in that window might be 2 to 3 years. And after that, you begin to leave. So in different worlds, the peak years or the years of functioning in that world are shorter. For other careers, for example, like acting, you got actors who act for decades. It's a day, it's a world where the day of that gift can be long. But the midday, the peak of that gift can be very short. But then even in the sunset years, that gift can still be getting movies, can still be doing great, and still be doing amazing things. The sunset years are always very difficult in the life of a gift. So to be dominant in your gift, to be dominant in the place of your gift, it comes down to this verse that a gift is a precious stone. Your gift has to be precious to you. It has to be precious to you. A gift is a precious stone to whoever possesses it, to whoever has it. It starts there. You've got to value your gift. And here's the paradigm shift you've got to have, because many times we place value on the results. We place more value on the results of the gift than on the process of the gift. The process which makes you great in the world of whatever gift you're in. We place greater value on the results, on people accepting our gifts, the validation, the results, the things that the gift does, instead of on the process which makes us great and makes us become masters in our gifts. In engaging culture today, I want to encourage you that it's time to be great. It's time to be great in whatever you're gifted in. It's time to see your gift as a precious stone. You've got to see your gift as a precious stone. You've got to say that my gift is special. You've got to look at your gift and say, my gift is special. You've got to see it as a precious stone. And you've got to be on that level where you understand that your gift is precious. And you make up your mind that I'm going to be great. That I'm going to be great. And in the kingdom of God, we've got to be people who push for greatness, to be great at what we do. We've got to believe that we're called to be great. We're called to be great. We're not called to be mediocre. We're not called to be average. We're not called to be apathetic. We're called to be great. And in whatever gift we have, we've got to see it as precious. And we've got to push ourselves to be great in whatever we do, so that in our worlds, wherever our gifts are, we dominate and succeed. I pray that God blesses you and that you use your